Have simple foods to keep blood flowing and protect your legs. Yep, you heard that right. Just 5 simple, everyday foods right within your reach can help protect the strength and freedom of your legs. My friend, have you noticed that your legs aren't as light and steady as they used to be? A short walk to the yard, a few steps up the stairs, or even just standing too long in the kitchen, and suddenly your legs feel heavy, tight, or even cramp up uncomfortably. Many people say, "Oh, that's just part of getting old." But the truth is, those little signals may be whispering something deeper, that the blood in your body isn't flowing down to your legs the way it once did. When circulation slows, your muscles don't get enough nutrition, your skin becomes fragile, and wounds take longer to heal. For those living with diabetes, even a small scratch can turn into a stubborn sore, and sometimes even worse complications. And that's when we face the greatest fear of all, losing the freedom to walk on our own 2 feet. But don't worry, the good news is that we can change this. And the answer isn't far away, it's right in your kitchen. Food, when chosen wisely, doesn't just feed the body, it keeps your blood vessels open and your legs steady. Sometimes just a clove of garlic, a crunchy carrot, or a warm cup of tea can make all the difference. In today's video, we'll explore 5 familiar, easy-to-find foods that can boost circulation and protect your legs. They aren't just meals on your plate, they're silent companions, helping you keep your health, your confidence, and your freedom in every step you take. Think about it. These legs have carried you through so many chapters of life, swift and strong in youth, slower and steadier in older age. They deserve to be cared for, so you can still walk freely, calmly, and with dignity in the years ahead. And the journey to that care can begin with something very small, right from your next meal today. My friend, before we talk about the specific foods that can help keep your legs strong, let's take a moment to understand why keeping your blood flowing smoothly is so important. Think of blood as a river carrying life through your body. With every heartbeat, trillions of cells receive oxygen and nutrients. When that river flows freely, your legs have the energy they need to stand firm, walk with ease, and keep balance. But when the flow slows down, your legs send signals right away: heaviness, tingling, or painful cramps. And often, these symptoms are not just temporary discomfort. They can open the door to a chain of long-term problems. Picture this every time you take a walk around the neighborhood or step into your garden to water the flowers. Your legs are the gateway that carry you out into the world. When circulation is good, that gateway is wide open. You step out light, steady, and free. But when blood doesn't reach your legs properly, the door begins to close. Muscles starve without oxygen. Even a small cut may struggle to heal, raising the risk of sores and infections. For those living with diabetes or high blood pressure, the danger multiplies even more. It's not just the muscles, your nerves and skin also depend on blood flow. The tiny nerves in your feet need constant nourishment to keep sensation alive. Without enough blood, they weaken, leading to numbness or loss of feeling. That's why some people can step on something sharp without even noticing. And once sensation fades, the risk of injury, sores, and infection rises sharply. On a larger scale, circulation is tied to your spirit and quality of life. When your legs are strong, you can shop for grocery, stroll in the park, or simply walk hand in hand with your grandchild. These simple joys are what keep the heart alive in our later years. But when blood doesn't flow well, every step feels heavy. Little by little, you move less, your world becomes smaller, and loneliness or dependence quietly sets in. That's why circulation is not just about feeding your legs. It's about protecting your independence and freedom in daily life. In other words, guarding your blood flow is guarding your peace of mind in old age. In the next part, we'll uncover a truth many people overlook: some everyday foods and habits, which seem harmless, are quietly damaging your blood vessels, weakening that river of life day by day. Knowing what to avoid is the first step to keeping your legs strong. My friend, we now understand that circulation is the river of life, nourishing not only your legs but also the very quality of your later years. And to keep that river clean and strong, before adding in the good foods, we first need to learn how to avoid the things that quietly pollute it. those hidden culprits that make blood flow sluggish and uneven. This is the very first step, and it's just as important as adding in the nutrients your body needs. The surprising thing is, these harmful culprits are not rare or exotic. They're often right there on your dinner plate. Sometimes they're even woven into habits you've carried for decades. You may think your diet is normal, not too greasy, not too sweet, but even a few wrong choices, repeated day after day, can slowly wear down your blood vessels. That's how damage often begins quietly, little by little, until one day the signs are too clear to ignore. So let's take a closer look together at some of these foods and habits, the ones that may seem harmless at first glance, yet silently weaken the very foundation of your circulation. 1. The first food is alcohol, the trickster of relaxation. Many people still believe that a little wine or a few sips of whiskey at night will help them sleep better. Some even think it's good for the heart. But the truth is, that sense of relaxation is only temporary. It's like a curtain covering up what's really happening inside. When alcohol enters your body, the liver must work overtime to break it down. That process produces toxins that place extra stress on both the liver and the blood vessels. Over time, instead of making you feel warm inside, alcohol quietly adds a new burden your body must carry. There's another danger as well. Alcohol raises blood pressure. Each time you drink, your heart has to pump harder and faster, like a water pump forced to run beyond its limit. At first, you may not notice the strain, but with time, the constant stretching weakens your blood vessels, leaving them fragile and easier to damage. This is especially risky for anyone already living with high blood pressure or diabetes conditions so common in later life. And there's something else many overlook. Alcohol steals essential vitamins and minerals that keep blood vessels strong. It speeds up the loss of nutrients like B vitamins, magnesium, and zinc, all of which are vital for healthy circulation and nerve function. So in addition to harming the body's natural repair workers, alcohol also robs your system of the very building blocks it needs to heal itself. You might think, but just one small glass, what harm could it do? Yet, just like a single drop of water falling on a rock, day after day it eventually carves out a hollow. Alcohol works in the same way. The damage may not show right away, but after years of daily use, its mark is etched deep into your blood vessels and into every step you take. 2. Next food we have salt, the silent eroder. At the dinner table, salt and sauces often feel indispensable. Many older adults are so used to bold, savory flavors that eating bland food feels uncomfortable, almost like the meal has lost its soul. But behind that familiar salty taste hides a silent eroder, quietly wearing down the health of your legs. When you eat too much salt, your body holds on to extra water to maintain balance. That added fluid increases blood volume, like a calm river that suddenly floods, pressing hard against its banks. Those river banks are your blood vessel walls. Day after day, year after year, the constant pressure thickens and stiffens them. They lose their natural elasticity. And once those vessels become rigid, blood can no longer flow smoothly. Your legs are the first to feel it through heaviness, numbness, or lingering fatigue. But the damage doesn't stop there. Excess salt also harms the kidneys, the body's natural water filters. When kidneys are overworked, their ability to regulate blood pressure and filter waste declines, placing even more strain on your circulation. And since kidney function naturally decreases with age, the harmful effects of salt show up more quickly and more severely in older adults. Here's something many people overlook. Salt doesn't just come from the shaker on your table. It hides in packaged foods, pickles, canned soups, even in bread and cheese. You may think you're only adding a pinch to your soup, but your daily total often ends up several times higher than the recommended amount. And over time, this silent eroder doesn't just wear away at your blood vessels, it quietly eats away at the steady, confident steps you once took with ease. 3. The next is ultra-processed foods, the imposters behind convenient labels. My friend, in today's fast-paced world, many older adults have grown used to convenience. Tear open a packet of instant noodles, pop open a can of meat, or slice into a sausage, and you've got a quick meal ready in minutes. At first glance, these foods seem to save time, especially when children or grandchildren aren't around to cook. But that very convenience is like a sweet little trap we hardly notice. Behind the shiny packaging, ultra-processed foods hide dangers that slowly take their toll. Packaged meals are often overloaded with salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Once inside the body, they spike blood sugar, raise cholesterol, and gradually build fatty plaques inside the arteries. These plaques are like potholes on a road. They make the blood flow uneven, sometimes blocking it suddenly, leading to sharp cramps in the calves or, worse, serious heart complications. The harm doesn't stop there. Ultra-processed foods also disrupt the gut microbiome, the community of tiny organisms that plays a key role in regulating cholesterol and reducing inflammation. A healthy digestive system supports healthy blood vessels. But when it's poisoned by preservatives, dyes, and artificial sweeteners, that system weakens, and the burden on circulation grows heavier. You may tell yourself it's just a little, just for convenience. But when this habit repeats day after day, the salt, sugar, and bad fats pile up like layers of dust coating your blood vessels. Eventually, the blood nourishing your legs becomes sluggish, your steps slow down, your freedom fades. So, don't trade lasting independence for short-term convenience. A simple meal of vegetables, fish, or beans, though it may take a few more minutes to prepare, is far better than a box of instant food. Because every meal you eat today doesn't just feed you in the moment, it decides how steady and strong your legs will be in the years still ahead. 4. Cigarettes and e-cigarettes, the silencers that squeeze your blood vessels. My friend, everyone knows smoking is harmful, but few truly picture how it damages the legs beneath them. With every puff, whether from a traditional cigarette or an e-cigarette, hundreds of chemicals enter the lungs, seep into the blood, and begin their quiet work of destruction. They force blood vessels to tighten, as if squeezed by an invisible hand, making it even harder for circulation to reach your legs in later years of life. When blood vessels are constricted again and again, the smooth inner lining becomes rough, allowing fat and cholesterol to stick like dirt on a once clear highway. What was once an open road turns into one filled with potholes and debris. And just like traffic slows on a damaged road, blood struggles to flow through narrowed vessels. Muscles and nerves in the legs go hungry. Fatigue sets in, tingling, pain, or even loss of sensation follows. Many think, "I've smoked for decades, quitting now won't help." But that's not the truth. Studies show that within just a few weeks of quitting, blood vessels begin to regain elasticity, blood pressure improves, the risk of blockages drops significantly. It's living proof that it is never too late to free your circulation from the grip of smoke. And don't be fooled by e-cigarettes. Though marketed as safer, they also deliver nicotine, the number one enemy of healthy circulation. It makes the heart race, blood pressure climb, and vessels constrict just as with regular cigarettes. That illusion of safety keeps many trapped. While their legs silently pay the price, every puff may feel like a small comfort. But in reality, it is an invisible rope tightening around your blood vessels, shrinking the space where life flows freely. Quitting today isn't only about protecting your lungs and heart. It's about opening a wider road for blood to reach your legs, so you can hold on to your independence and keep walking on your own 2 feet. 5. Sugar and saturated fats, the sweet trap. My friend, during family gatherings or a quiet afternoon treat, a slice of cake, a chilled soda, or a juicy piece of pork belly can feel like pure comfort. That sweetness, that rich flavor, it's like a warm hug, helping us forget fatigue for a while. But behind that comfort hides a dangerous trap, one that silently forces our blood vessels to carry a heavy burden. When we consume too much sugar, blood sugar levels spike. The pancreas must work overtime to release insulin. But with age, this system weakens, making blood sugar harder to control. The excess sugar doesn't just strain the heart and kidneys, it sticks to the vessel walls, making them stiff and less flexible. Like a river slowly filling with mud, the water still flows, but sluggishly. And so it is with blood, its path to the legs slows down, starving muscles of nutrients, making the skin prone to ulcers and wounds stubborn to heal. Alongside sugar, saturated fats found in animal fat, butter, and fried foods add to the problem by building silent roadblocks inside the vessels. These blockages don't hurt right away, but gradually choke the path of circulation. And once blood flow is cut off, the legs sound the alarm: first numbness, coldness, heaviness, even pain after only a short walk. The danger of this trap is that it hides behind pleasure and habit. It's easy to say, just one bite won't hurt. But when those little bites stack up year after year, the consequences are far from little. To keep blood flowing freely, you don't need to give up everything you enjoy, but you do need balance. Choose fresh fruit instead of pastries. Bake or steam instead of deep frying. This way, you can still savor delicious flavors while protecting your legs, your health, and most importantly, your independence. You see, the things that harm our blood vessels are not strangers at all. They might be hiding in the soda you drink at lunch, in the salt you sprinkle over your rice, or in the cigarette you pick up out of habit when old memories return. It is their very familiarity that makes them so easy to overlook. And so, day after day, they quietly chip away at the strength of your legs. But don't worry. Awareness is the very first step toward change. When we know what harms us, we begin to value more deeply the foods that truly protect us. And in the next part, I'll share with you 5 simple, everyday foods that act as loyal friends to your circulation. They will help your blood flow freely, keeping your legs steady, strong, and free in every step you take. Next, let's explore 5 foods that help blood flow strongly. The first food I want to introduce is beans, the humble yet steadfast friend. My dear friend, among the many foods around us, few are as simple, familiar, and deeply tied to daily meals, both for Americans and for people all over the world, as beans. From black beans and red beans to lentils and chickpeas, each variety carries valuable nutrients that directly support circulation, especially in the legs. What makes beans such a loyal friend to our blood vessels is their rich fiber content. Fiber acts like a gentle broom, sweeping away bad cholesterol that clings to the artery walls, leaving the passageways smooth so blood can flow freely. On top of that, fiber helps regulate blood sugar, easing the burden on the pancreas, something particularly important for those with diabetes, who often struggle with foot ulcers or numbness caused by poor circulation. Beans are also full of plant-based protein, giving muscles the fuel they need without the saturated fats found in fatty meats. This means your leg muscles grow stronger without being drowned in excess fat clogging the bloodstream. Plus, beans provide minerals like magnesium and potassium, 2 quiet gatekeepers that help keep blood pressure steady and arteries flexible. Here's something remarkable: in the world's blue zones, places where people live the longest and stay the healthiest, beans are always part of the daily table. The Okinawans in Japan and families in the Mediterranean don't see beans as just a side dish. They treat them as a foundation for nourishing the whole body. You can start in small, simple ways: a warm bowl of lentil soup, a hearty bean stew with vegetables, or even a handful of black beans cooked with rice. Each little bean, though humble, enters your body like a drop of fresh water, feeding the river of life, keeping blood flowing smoothly all the way down to your legs. 2. The next food is carrots, the orange color of vitality and resilience. My dear friend, when we think of carrots, what usually comes to mind is their bright orange color, their sweet crispness, and their familiar presence in everyday meals. Yet few people realize that behind that cheerful hue lies an entire arsenal of nutrients that help protect our blood vessels and our legs. Carrots are packed with a special group of compounds called carotenoids, the pigments that give them their vivid orange glow. Studies show that carotenoids have powerful anti-inflammatory effects, easing stress on the blood vessel walls and helping them stay elastic. When arteries remain flexible, blood flows smoothly all the way down to the very tips of your toes. And that, in turn, is the key to avoiding the numbness or sudden cramps that so many older adults experience. But that's not all. Carrots are also rich in fiber, which helps regulate cholesterol levels. Imagine this: when bad cholesterol clings to artery walls like patches of sticky mud. The fiber in carrots acts like a diligent cleaner, sweeping away those buildups and restoring clear passage for blood to flow. What's truly wonderful about carrots is how versatile they are. You can enjoy them raw as a sweet, crunchy snack, juice them fresh in the morning, simmer them in a hearty lentil soup, or simply steam them lightly to preserve their nutrients. No matter how they're prepared, carrots quietly nourish your legs and give your steps renewed energy. And have you noticed the orange of a carrot is also the color of vitality, of confidence, of resilience? Each bite you take doesn't just feed your body, it's a reminder that your legs can keep moving, steady and free, as long as you care for them in the small, everyday ways that matter most. 3. The next food is garlic, the pungent shield for your blood vessels. My dear friend, in many kitchens, garlic is often seen as nothing more than a simple seasoning, a way to add flavor to a dish. Yet hidden inside those tiny cloves lies a remarkable strength, a natural shield that protects your blood vessels and keeps your legs warm and flexible. The true power of garlic comes from a compound called allicin. When you slice, crush, or chew raw garlic, allicin is released, flowing into your bloodstream like a fresh, rushing stream. This compound helps widen blood vessels, allowing blood to circulate more freely, easing spasms, and preventing blockages. For older adults, that is a priceless advantage, helping lower blood pressure, reducing stroke risk, and keeping away the icy chill in hands and feet that comes with poor circulation. But garlic doesn't stop there. It is also the sworn enemy of bad cholesterol. Countless medical studies show that eating garlic regularly can reduce blood fat, slow the buildup of plaque in the arteries, and protect against blockages in the legs. With cleaner, clearer blood vessels, every step you take feels lighter and stronger. The best part is you don't need much. Just a few raw cloves, a little garlic tossed into a stir-fry, blended into a soup, or even pickled in vinegar is enough to unlock its benefits. The pungent aroma may seem strong at first, but remember, it is the very scent of protection. Each time you add garlic to your meal, you are giving your legs an extra layer of armor, helping them carry you forward, steady and free, on this journey through your later years. 4. I want to talk about fatty fish, the nourishing oil for your blood vessels. My dear friend, if garlic gives your blood vessels a suit of armor, then fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, or herring provides the smooth healing oil that flows through your circulation, nourishing every part of the body, especially your legs. The secret strength of fatty fish lies in its rich supply of omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 has the remarkable ability to calm the silent inflammation inside your blood vessels, the small hidden fire that slowly hardens and narrows them over time. When that fire is cooled, your vessels remain soft and flexible, allowing blood to flow freely all the way down to your toes. But the benefits don't stop there. Omega-3 also helps lower triglycerides, a dangerous type of blood fat that often builds up with age and clogs the arteries. By reducing this risk, fatty fish keeps your blood cleaner and your circulation stronger. For older adults who often complain of cold feet, numbness, or muscle cramps, adding fatty fish to the diet can bring real and lasting relief. Picture this: a warm dinner with a piece of baked salmon and fresh vegetables, or a simple lunch of sardines on whole grain bread. These are not just meals, they are gentle medicines, quietly protecting your heart and giving strength to your legs. Each bite of fatty fish is more than nourishment. It is a drop of oil that keeps your blood vessels flowing smoothly, so every step remains steady, flexible, and free. 5. Berries, the tiny antioxidant jewels. My dear friend, if fatty fish provides a smooth oil that nourishes your blood vessels, then berries are like sparkling little jewels, small in size but rich in power, glowing with color and brimming with nutrients. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, Cranberries, each of them is nature's quiet gift, a gentle protector of your circulation and your legs. The greatest strength of berries lies in their high levels of antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, the compounds that give them their deep red, purple, or blue colors. These powerful defenders act like gatekeepers, stopping free radicals from damaging your blood vessels, keeping them strong and flexible. And when your vessels are healthy, blood flows more easily, carrying oxygen and nourishment to every muscle and toe, leaving your legs lighter, stronger, and more agile each day. Berries also help regulate blood pressure and improve insulin sensitivity, an essential factor in controlling blood sugar. This makes them especially meaningful for older adults living with diabetes or those whose blood vessels weaken with age. The beauty of berries is how simple they are to enjoy. A handful of blueberries sprinkled over your morning oatmeal, a refreshing strawberry smoothie at lunch, or even a few dried cranberries as an afternoon snack. Each bite is more than a sweet delight. It is a gentle act of care for your circulation and your legs. These tiny jewels, and when embraced daily, will not only strengthen your legs but also fill them with vitality so that every step you take carries ease, lightness, and joy. My dear friend, after walking together through the journey of 5 simple yet powerful foods, from the fiery cloves of garlic, to the tender richness of fatty fish, to the sparkling jewels of berries, you can now see clearly caring for your blood vessels is the same as caring for your legs, and ultimately, for your freedom. At this stage of life, our legs are no longer just a way to move from one place to another. They are a symbol of independence, a bridge that connects us to the world outside, and a reminder that we can still walk on our own, visiting friends, strolling in the park, or even doing something as simple and meaningful as shopping for groceries and preparing a warm meal for the family. To keep those legs steady and strong, your blood must flow freely, nourishing every muscle, every joint, and every nerve. The good news is, you don't need anything complicated or costly. By paying just a little more attention to your meals, adding a clove of garlic, a piece of salmon, a handful of berries, or replacing an old habit with a healthier choice, you are already taking powerful steps to keep your blood vessels clean and your legs strong. Small choices, but life-changing results. If you are still listening by this point, it tells me that you truly care about your health, and that is a wonderful sign. Remember, aging does not mean losing your freedom. It means learning to cherish every step, every heartbeat, and every breath. So, starting today, choose just one of these 5 foods and bring it into your daily meals. You'll soon discover that change begins with the smallest of steps, yet leaves lasting benefits. If you found this video helpful, please click like, leave a comment to share your own experience, and don't forget to subscribe to Senior Life Wisdom so you won't miss other valuable tips for senior health. Because in the end, we are not just caring for our legs, we are protecting a piece of our freedom, a piece of our joy, and a piece of the youth that still lives in our hearts.